Okay, so Springtrap is finally in Dead by Daylight, as everybody has been waiting for since, I don't know, FNAF 3 released, probably. uh, oh yeah, I did not get to play him at all during the PTB. Just spend all of my money. All of it. Take it all. I didn't get to play him all during the PTB, but, I have watched a little bit of him here and there by other creators, and he has, you know, a handful of the basic similarities as to what I expect from a couple of other killers. You know, he's got the friggin' 115 speed without the axe, and Huntress speed with the axe, but with the extra added caveat of... No, I don't even know what to put on. I probably should be readying up since Killer Q is probably going to be a long time. But with the added bonus of built-in orbitals in the middle of your chase instead of only being kind of very far outside of chase. Putting on lethal and barbecue because with the doors, the barbecue will probably be good. Oh, he's gonna be screaming a lot. Why do they keep adding killers that scream during hecking when I'm waiting to queue? That's what I wish they would not. It would be my preference. I honestly, let's put that on. I kind of actually Blood Favor might be a bit funny. I kind of want to do some passive lowdown stuff so I can mainly focus on trying to learn his power instead of having to devote time to, you know, the more important macro gameplay. Let's just turn that brain part off for now as I try and figure out how to do orbitals and stuff. I played a tiny little bit of him, and by tiny little bit I mean I logged into a bot match to just like gauge what his power does, how it works. And so his friggin' thingy, his axe, goes about the length of a shack wall, which is it's a pretty decent distance, but definitely not the infinite distance sort of used to with Huntress. But the ability, the main thing that I'm probably going to be trying to learn most is the orbitals, because those are the most interesting thing. Outside of orbitals, he is just, you know, a pretty decent ranged killer with, you know, he can hit people through animations and the ability to traverse the map with, gosh dang, with his doors will be great for pop and eruption shenanigans. And the fact that he's 115 when he doesn't have the axe, I guess those are the two things you have to balance that are like new for him, is the varying speeds of, you know, when do you want to reclaim your axe so you can get the damaging state versus when do you want to be 115 so you can catch up, and the orbitals. Everything else, the knowledge kind of transfers over pretty well. You know, using doors kind of like dredge lockers, using his axe to hit people in animations or just a range like Huntress or Slinger or whatever. It's relatively, like, the basics are still not too bad. I am definitely going to be probably playing a little bit with the trajectory preview for at least the first handful of matches while I try and figure him out, learn how he works, and makes, you know, just until I get a little bit more of the basic memorization into him. And I figure this is probably also one of the better add-ons to start off, because this means I can get my axe back faster, which means I can use it more. So if I'm bad and I'm missing a bunch of axes, which is more than possible, then this lets me miss and not be punished quite as long without having the axe. I haven't really looked at much of his add-ons yet. Duration, Killer Instinct is not really a big deal. Time required to remove the axe. I mean, it's not really worth the add-on slot. Speed at which you travel through security doors, that's probably a pretty good one. Anything that makes you even faster at traversal is always good. Teleport, 50% longer undetectable, that's probably pretty decent. I think it's like, what, 10, 15 seconds? Bumping it up an extra 50% is honestly... If the door isn't right next to a gen, I could see this being pretty rough. Hemorrhage Mangled, classic add-on. It's fine. It's not amazing because 60 seconds doesn't last a huge time. And you're not... I guess you can kind of play hit and run with him, but you don't really want to because, well, I don't know. He does have doors, but his doors aren't super duper fast and they're not instant. You have to like walk towards them. I think it makes more sense to mainly just play him as a chase killer, and then whenever you get a hook them next to a door, and then go ahead and pull over wherever else you need to go. So, like, it's decent. Like, it's never bad to have Hemorrhage Mangled, but it's, I think, not... I just am not the biggest fan of these. Ever since they made them limited to, you know, a certain amount of time, it's possible somebody spends 60 seconds on a hook, and they literally never have the chance to even be healed before they before this effect wears off. So it's like, increases what the axe embedded increases the radius to 250%. Decrease. So this is like info because you get the killer instinct off of wherever the axe falls. I don't think it's gonna be that great for this. You don't really... Killer Instinct isn't the biggest deal. So, I doubt this will be all that great. Survivors, when 24 meters survive with an embedded axe, gain Oblivious, and if injured or broken status effect, reveals or X to injures... what? It's axe injured. Decrease time required to remove the axe from another survivor by 50%. I don't think this is going to be that great, mainly because of... the fact that removing the axe looks to be relatively quick. It's like 10 seconds tops, and that's self removal. And since I'm guessing the broken status goes away immediately once the axe is gone, I think this is just not really going to matter because the axe is not going to be embedded in people for almost at all, at least outside of chase, which is when Oblivious actually matters. Plus, survivor has an axe embedded. Rush action to perform reveal aura. That could be pretty good. It would be even cooler if there was a way. Actually, okay, removing the axe from themselves reserved for 6 seconds. Actually, I guess you can combine this to help you get orbital shots. Because after they remove it, you have 6 seconds where you know exactly where they are through walls. So once you get really good at predicting that arc, you'll be able to just immediately pin them down. There's no more faking you out. So this is probably going to be a pretty good one. Increase throw weight by 100%. I'm basically guessing this pulls the arc inward twice as much. It makes it a smaller arc. I don't think that's great. I probably wouldn't recommend it with the whole... You know, you want to learn the basics of a killer before you have to start dealing with... Like this will mess up your muscle memory. So, there may be some certain niche applications where this is good, but I feel like this may be one of the worst add-ons, unless there's something I'm, misunderstanding, but it's something that will actively harm you at learning him, so, not great. Foxy's Hook. They nerfed it from PTB. It's still really quite good. 7% haste. That is, if you miss your axe, you go from 110 to 122. If you miss an axe, if you miss your axe, it's pretty good. Plus, axe's area effect. Yeah, it's pretty decent. I mean, yeah, that's pretty much it. Bib. Survivors from the axe's area effect gain exhausted for 5 seconds. Probably not that great. 5 seconds of exhausted is a really short duration, and since the main like harmful perks you're going to be eating that are exhausted is like Sprint Burst, which is used before you're going to have the chance to exhaust them anyway. So, not that great. While moving between security doors, pair progress gens are determined by intensity of aura, decreased duration of undetectable. So this one is basically just remove the... what's it called? Remove... it's free info, so you can basically remove an info perk in exchange for this. It's pretty decent. Your undetectable becomes worse, but I don't know. It sort of depends on how good the undetectable is in the first place. When a survivor has an axe embedded in them, escapes will be blocked for them and any survivors. This I've already... this one is mainly just a cheeky add-on when you're trying to do funny Blood Warden plays. It's not incredible, because it's very rare that games go down to you needing to just get one person hooked. It can happen, but it's most of the time games will be relatively one-sidedly determined. Either you won the game a long time ago or you lost the game a long time ago, and just getting one more hook at the very end. It's not super frequent that that's going to matter. I guess I will have to wait to give my opinions in the top row until after the match. Oh, darn! I loaded into a match too fast. It only took, what, freaking 3 minutes? Sorry, not 3, way more than that. It only took 10 minutes. Could be worse. It's still twice as fast as 2v8 was, at least. Fortunately, they're only leaving the Freddy Fazbear map split queue is only going to be here for 1 day, which I think is a good decision. If splitting the queues, I'm always kind of against, but if it's so temporary, then it doesn't bother me that much. I almost wish they left it so the first day is fine, but then the second is different. I need to go here. And then they'll be on my left. Okay. Oh. Okay, I have to get used to... Damn. Unlike Huntress, you have to press M1 in order to actually get the hit. I'm used to it just being a release, and you get to throw the axe. I guess reclaim the axe about now. Alright, well I don't want to be wasting a huge amount of time on Shaq. I'm gonna go to 6. I wish it was a little bit more blatant. She'll drop this immediately. Nope. Okay. And now I get to see Blood Warden. Not Blood Warden, Blood Favor. That right there is exactly the value out of Blood Favor I wanted. Okay, where... I wish I could set where I want to go before I enter the door. Having to set it after is kind of annoying. Oh boy. That's unfortunate. Gens are kind of already pretty worked on. She does not have off the record. She may have decisive. That was really close, actually. I don't know if it was close to where she was, but I feel like maybe with the new updated gamma settings, I feel like it's darker than I'm used to, which is kind of annoying. Oh, that is a very generous hitbox. I don't feel like I should have hit her. Okay, Claudia is free pickings. Ugh. Sheesh. That is fast. Huh? Was somebody not literally working on this gen? Oh my god, lag spike. Ugh. Don't have high hopes for this. How long does the area of effect last, I wonder? Get my free hit on her. Claudette becomes overconfident. And I get to walk at a 4.6. Okay, he does not have a flashlight to stop me. Where? Is there no hooks inside of here? Oh, basement. Hate to see basement. I think gamma settings, the new gamma settings they added, may have messed up what I'm used to. Okay. I thought there was a security door right here. Oh, it's through the wall. Oops, I didn't mean to climb the axe. 2. There's somebody working on this gen. Oh, that is a long time. To have to wait before my M1. What? Really? Oh my god, is the entire side of this map just double pallets? I feel like I've had 2 gyms and then like 4 double pallet setups and that's it. Is he just camping this? Yeah. That was not even slightly close. Push her away from the window. I thought she would go for the pallet. Ah. Well, she's pretty well locked off from literally anywhere. Ah, that's a shame. I think the big hitbox actually kind of hindered me here. Fung is not even... This is kind of an issue for you two. Nah. If I could push the other person out, maybe I could do something about it, but... Well, I could get Fung. I would likely lose... Meg in the process. Because it would just take too long. But I may be able to trick her Yeah, it feels so dark right now. Okay, they are not in the gates. They're going for the save. I mean, I guess I just sit here with the axe readied. Nothing else worth doing. It's so weird. Like, I'm blinded by the car lights, but then it feels really dark over there. There's like fog almost. It's not worth throwing unless I actually know I can get the hit. Oh, right. Oops. Well, I did not really mean to get the grab. I meant to down her. I kind of feel like right click should be the axe grab instead of left click. Didn't really get to do very much noteworthy. Maybe I should use corrupt instead. Also, I mean, freaking twinge the goddamn gamma settings. I don't know. Oh, actually, it might be because I had to change I had to update my drivers. So maybe it got rid of the filters I was using. I really don't want to use Eruption Pop. But there really isn't good passive slowdown anymore. Because Painroars relies on you not tunneling, and gosh dang. I'm not going to use Surge because I'm trying to get downs with M2s. And even M1s can end up being a grab. Like there just is not good passive slowdown right now. Blood Favor did a huge amount of value for me. I really just that was just kind of unfortunate. Okay. The last set of while the axis area effect, pallets, breakable doors, and gens break 25% faster. Effect lingers for 5 seconds after leaving the area effect. That's pretty good. I mean, breaking a pallet would let you zone somebody if you side somebody. It's faster than brutal because I think brutal is only 15%. Oh no, it's 20%. I wonder if it stacks with brutal. If it stacks with brutal, you throw this down and you throw in brutal, and you just destroy them. While Alex is embedded survivor, all players within 32 meters gain 12% haste and vault 20% faster. What? Players within a range of the AoE get 7% haste, while the axe is embedded. Huh. Interesting. So they have two different haste add-ons for axe. One's obviously this is embedded, this is not embedded, but still, you can you stack these? Does the range of effect, I guess the range effect doesn't affect survivors that actually have it embedded inside of them. Rex gains the ability to travel through security doors. This is mostly a meme add-on, or really, it's a clip farming add-on. Upon moving to security door, upright pallets within 32 meters of the destination are blocked for 12 seconds. Not terrible. Given that I don't think survivors know when you're moving through security doors until you're already outside of them. So that's actually probably pretty good. Throwing the axe makes you undetectable for 10 seconds. It's okay. I'm not sure how loud Springtrap is outside of Chase, or outside of, like, just the passive noises he makes. I'm not certain. But if he's quiet, then that could be pretty good. I have a feeling he's probably kind of loud, given that he already has base kit. Undetectable with the doors. Usually when they give somebody just a little bit of undetectable, they make them loud in compensation for it. So it would be hard to tell. I guess I could do DMS. They also adjusted spawns, which kind of makes me want to wait a while. Or makes me want to keep lethal on so I can learn new spawn places. Because runes... Oh, they did... Damn it. I was going to say they did buff Call of Brine, but Call of Brine is another... It's an active slowdown, not a passive one. I really don't want to use Corrupt. I hate games where the first 10 minutes of the game are just waiting for survivors to exist. I guess... If I put on Lethal and Corrupt, that kind of solves the issue, but then I have no information afterwards. I guess I have Pain Res DMS, but that's not exactly the super helpful kind of slowdown I'm looking for. I don't know, maybe I should just accept that Pop Eruption is just how it works now. Because if I want my games to be... Oh yeah, what even are Springtrap's perks? Haywire exit is when 80% progress. Oh yeah, they like giga nerfed Haywire, I'm pretty sure. I don't know why, it was already kind of mid in the first place, and by mid I mean weak. Help wanted, damage gen, corrupted. When corrupted, gen's complete. Basic attacks increased. Not a bad perk, but doesn't really make sense on him when you're trying to M2 a lot. Phantom Fear is good-ish. It's a little bit confusing because it's like not amazing since it can be played around, and I don't know the range at which it can trigger. I don't know. I guess I'll just do this. This is probably better, and I'll just hopefully not have to deal with survivors hiding for 2-3 minutes. Hopefully. Definitely feels a bit more difficult to get orbitals against people than I thought. I mean, a lot of it is just not knowing the arc, but also it's so much... The only predictable place I feel like I'm totally certain somebody's going to be is at the window. Like, I always know when they're going to window vault. And I got somewhat close on like 3 or 4 of those throws. I only really had 3.5 chases that last game. And I got somewhat close, but still not knowing the arc, kind of difficult. Honestly, I'm not sure how much help seeing the preview trajectory helped. I don't think it was all that much, really. Increase charm card to room max. It might be better for me... No, not this one. Which one? Embedded. There it is. I think I'll use this. I think this might be a little bit better. Because the trajectory is helpful for knowing what the cutoff is in terms of, like, your range, but not nearly as helpful in trying to figure out where the X is going to fall, I feel. So hopefully with this, maybe I get a couple more opportunities with the 6-second removal. Because by the time it's removed... Oh, that's only if they remove the axe from themselves, though. If I remove the axe, that doesn't actually help me. So I guess I would have to... Oh, wait. Okay, well, here's an even better reason to have lethal. Ugh. Lethal... Because if I have lethal, this gives me 5 seconds after a rushed ball, so I can retrieve my axe and prepare a throw in those 5 seconds, surely. 3 seconds is kind of cutting it close, but 5 seconds of aura reveal I feel like is much more reasonable. I wish there was just some kind of some passive slowdown so I didn't have to think about out of chase. But it's all Jin kicking right now. And even the Jin, I mean Eruption's quite good, but even the Jin kicking's only okay-ish. I don't really want to do No Way Out. No Way Out, Pain Res, and then if you combine Pain Res with DMS, kind of, sort of, not really though. Honestly, let's do No Way Out? Does that make sense? Because with DMS, once they learn how to play around it, it's kind of annoying. I could do Thrilling Tremors. They did buff Thrilling Tremors. It's pretty decent. If I do Thrilling Tremors and then pop Pain Res, or pop Eruption. That's where my mind is going. Thrilling Tremors, pop Eruption. Is going to be much stronger than this, I feel. Okay. Oh yeah, map offerings got updated. 20% chance. Should I... Is Midwich even... No, Midwich can't be good for Springtrap because there's a ceiling there. What would be a good map for Springtrap? I can't think of one, really. Not one that's especially good for him. At least for orbital getting. Like Azerov's sure is like helpful for orbital getting, but the issue is that it's not great in general. Plus survivors are really used to the map, so... Oh wait, people aren't... That's right, I'm in the event queue for the new map. That's why people aren't bringing map offerings, because it wouldn't matter. I want to disrupt 2 people instead of just 1. I am very surprised you did not drop that. Okay, I'm about to see his aura. Well, I think that... Oh, life. Well, if he hadn't screwed up his life, I think that would have covered... No, it wouldn't have. It's so imprecise, is kind of part of the issue. Because there's not really a good way of perfecting upward move. Or, like, knowing where things are upward. There's Sybil. I think I tricked her. That's not Sybil, that's Megan. What am I talking about? Oi. She has a green shirt, which looks like Sybil. I have completely misread. I'm gonna go back and harass that Jin or the unhook, depending on which is happening. Let me finish the Jin. This is kind of an annoying shack, since it's in the corner of map. It's bad. Like, what? Kind of like Ormond. She's 110ing me. Don't want to give her fast fault, so chase the other direction. Has a pretty decent range on that. Wow, no pain reses around here. That's unfortunate. I don't really want to waste the time going to basement. I think I'm just gonna have to bring pop pain res. It's a waste of time to try anything else. I have no idea where anybody is. Oh. Well, he just played that completely honestly. Made my life really easy. Well, he doesn't have pain res in him. Oh my god, there's no friggin... Oh, okay. I don't like the hook spawns in this map is what I've decided. There's no hook inside of Freddy even when basement isn't there. That's so stupid. I literally... How is there not a hook inside of the entire main loop? That's so annoying. Right, he has life. Ugh. I think I should be able to get him with the axe. Really? He'll drop Shack Pellet here. This is such a terrible chase to be taking in the first place. He doesn't even have a pain res in him. I mean, he doesn't have DS anymore. But, you know. Pop Eruption is the way to go. It's only... Oh, there's 2 gens being worked on. Oh, this is really bad, actually. Were they not right here? Okay, it was the other gen, apparently. They're going to be able to heal him. I'm probably not even going to benefit from the fact that I ate DS, am I? Genuinely, why is there not a singular hook inside of the establishment? That's so... That's so annoying. Have to defend 6. Do they really have 0 idea where I am until right after I come out? Where? This is Sable. Number 2. Damn. Not as big of a box as I thought. You really should not be revealing yourself like this to me. I mean, he has life. God damn it. Probably gonna lose just off of that. Yeah, that gen's going to pop. I have to push her off and kick it. God fucking... And he had adrenaline. Ugh. Drops this. Predictably. Well, I do have some time with No Way Out. Not much. I don't like that he looks to his hands whenever he throws somebody on a hook. It's kind of disorienting. Now, unlike barbecue, I don't get any info from drilling whenever... Really? I guess that was the limit of its forward reach. She ran into me like she had dead hard, but I don't think I've hooked her yet. I don't think anybody's on that gate. No. The other gate's so far away. This is really awkward. Because there's not really a good way for me to get a 3K here. Defending that gate means giving up this hook. Security doors are not as impactful as I kind of thought they were going to be. They're really only worth it if you're on straight up the opposite side of the map. I had to purposefully look away in order to have that happen. I'm going to get one... Was that babysitter? I feel like that Sable went way too fast. Really? Damn. Alright, well... Probably not going to be 3K. That was actually right next to her, according to the heartbeat. No. That's Lithe. It doesn't get her anywhere useful, though. There's not really a way to stop that from happening. I honestly am surprised she was so brave to be that close to me when I can pull her. You know, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe the 12-second axe is actually the way to go. Or 12-second into the game blocking. Oh, and she made a lot of distance. Stuffed her inside of the Bonnie suit. Honestly, give me friggin' Blood Warden. Unless I'm using Pain Res or Pop Eruption. It's going to be really quite annoying to deal with. Let's do lethal. Not the guitar. This one. Purple Guy Drawing. Then... what, lethal? I don't know, Ruin? Maybe somebody spends 10 minutes trying to get Ruin for no apparent reason. In Pain Res. Oh wait, I don't have any info here. Barbecue. I think it's just going to be... Unless I full commit to kicking gens, I think the slowdown just isn't going to be very helpful to me while I'm learning him. The more time I spend trying to win by kicking gens, the less time I'm going to have playing Springtrap. Essentially, I'm going to have fewer chases that are or fewer time cemented in trying to learn him and more time cemented in playing optimally and abandoning chases. Man, I just wish there was something better than pain res. There really just isn't. And pain res is so not that great. I can't believe they nerfed deadlock. I don't know how long ago it was, but like 30 seconds, 25 seconds. It felt so unnecessary. Because it was already a pretty well-designed perk, because it doesn't stack with pain res properly, since it blocks the highest gen and then blocks that from getting pain res. And it doesn't stack with, you know, pop or eruption well, because you can't kick the gen for the time that it's blocked. Like, it was just... It's ironic. They made it weaker when it's not paired with others by making it 20 seconds, but stronger when it's paired with others by nerfing it, because now it's 5 seconds sooner, so you're more likely to be able to pop or erupt something. But on its own, it's worse. It's a very strange decision. Don't... I feel like his perks... I don't think any of these are going to be super impactful. Help Wanted is going to be funny on like a couple of meme builds. You throw it on to Houndmaster's 2% add-on with this and save the best for last. And you have an instant wipe. And you lose because that's 2 perks dedicated to not gens and not info. Phantom Fear is it's a perk that like it's almost good. I guess what it does is people have to look at you during chase. I feel like what they may do is end up reducing the cooldown and it becoming a kind of alternative to Ghostface's... What's it called? Ghostface's I'm All Ears. Because I feel like, well, although it's true, Help Wanted can give you info more likely than not, like outside of chase, like finding a survivor, more likely than not, probably 70 to 80% of the time, it's going to be giving you info in a chase you already know where the survivor is. That's my guess. If they were going to make any changes to it, probably would be my personal like want for them to change is reduce the cooldown a bit, maybe increase the duration you can see the aura by just a bit. The main thing that sort of holds that back is the fact that it's good on Nurse. That's probably why it's only 2 seconds. Against Nurse, you don't really vault windows, so I'm All Ears doesn't matter that much. But you do look at Nurse constantly. So if they made Phantom Fear, you know, 30 seconds in the same way that I'm All Ears is 30 seconds, then it would be way too good on Nurse. Same thing with, you know, I'm All Ears is... what? It reveals you for 8 seconds. And why the other one... What is it? Gonna have to learn the friggin' names. Phantom Fear only is 2 seconds. This is... I think it's pretty much... It's 99% because it would be way too good on Nurse if they made this stronger. Which is sad. It's true of too many perks. Too many aura perks. Have to be watered down for Nurse. So we're 40 minutes in, 2 matches. They were fast matches too. I forgot, I wanted to look at to see what they had on them. Because I think they had 3 toolboxes and a medkit. I don't know if it was good toolboxes or if it was just toolboxes. I do like the Thrilling Trimmers buff. I may throw that on some people. And I may, not right now, but I may pick up Ghoul. The main reason I didn't get Ghoul was because I wanted to save 1,000 Auric cells for what's it called? The Rifts. But Springtrap is too tantalizing to not get, and now I don't have enough for the Rift anyway, so I may as well get Ghoul while I'm here. There, you know, later. once I've had my fun with Springtrap, go over to Google. I don't care about I so don't care about Dracula. Like I'll probably get him when I have the available work cells, but man, is he low on my list of priorities. It's like, oh well, I could play Mastermind, or I could play freaking you know, Pyramid Head, or well, I don't play Spirit just because I have terrible issues with the directional audio. I cannot hear where it is for the life of me. So that aspect of Dark Lord doesn't even appeal to me in the first place, but the first two is just like, I just play a different killer. Like, I don't need him, I already have the other two. But Ghoul is actually unique. Plus, I actually like Tokyo Ghoul. I read the manga and watched, what, 2.5 seasons of the anime? The third one was, if I believe correctly, it was really weird because they like gave him amnesia, but in doing so they like skipped. They didn't explain how he got it. I think it was like a really interesting thing that they did, but it just didn't land. It's sort of like Haruhi Suzumiya when they repeated the same episode over and over. It's like, it's interesting, and it's like kind of cool from an artistic point of view. From an actually watching this, enjoying this, it sucked. There we go. I can maybe play one more match on this map and then go back to the general pool. Because I mean, it's not super interesting of a map. Like, it's fine. But nothing in it is like, oh man, I really think that this is worth spending a bunch of time on. And it looks like the queues for this one and normal queues are about the same. They both have the same modifier for survivors. So I'm guessing they're the same. I'm not really... it's only... No, I don't like split queues. I don't think anybody really does. And we've been having split queues so often. I don't even... Which add-ons do I would want to go for? Probably the haste add-ons are the best on him. I think I'm gonna have to get used to using security doors. It feels awkward. For like, there's a handful of reasons, but one of the biggest ones, it's kind of difficult to tell where I'm going immediately. I think they made it so it just highlights the security door you're on instead of having like the arrow over it, like Dredge does with lockers. So it takes me an extra like quarter of a second or half of a second to recognize if I'm pointed at the right one or the wrong one. Which already sometimes they screw up on Dredge, so it's even worse with him. Security door right there. Okay, who do we got? All of them are over there. Not even worth the time, I think. Yeah, they're all running towards center. I meant to flick that to the left, but unfortunately I did not. I mean, there's no way I lose this tile, on that side at least. Yeah, this hits straight through, which is kind of crazy. You can't really crouch under it. God, just one hook inside of here would be so appreciated. Having to leave the entire establishment every time is so... I'm not happy about it. Ooh, that was pretty good. It's neat how I can kind of track them through the axe. Through the wall. I have not had very much success at Shack so far with him. Well, I mean, I suppose if they just run in a straight line, then it doesn't really matter. get pain res going. Somebody's probably been working on a gen for long enough to be 25% at this point. Part of the reason I let Dwight not get pain res. Huh? Oh, they already left. Okay. If I could, like, control with, like, a Xeno tunnel, that way every time it hooks... let's honestly go to 6. So I could mark which door I'm looking at. Would be very nice. Hi, Dwight. Damn. I want to go after Dwight, but I thought I could get a free injure on Geralt while I waited. Really? He'll drop this immediately. I don't think you make that fault. Really? Okay. Okay, game. That went over him. I'm not even sure if this pain res... Oh, I really thought he had a flashlight. The way that he walked out was so flashlight core. It's not worth going after Gerald, honestly. I kind of just want to hit him and leave. Maybe tunnel Dwight. Oh, I don't have my axe. Nah, it was a pretty bad miss, apparently. Hello, Dwight. I saw somebody's shadow right over there. That was a really close one. No DS? Yes, DS. Always a DS. Oh, he went for that instead. Interesting. Run into me like a fool? DS into Dead Hard. Interesting. He's gonna give me Shack Pallet. Really? Well, he will this time. Or he'll die. Or not, because body blocking. Oh, yeah, I'm screwing this up so hard. He's gonna die underneath pallet, and all of this is going to be for naught. God, I couldn't even M1 her. This is... Ugh. Very aggravating. Well, at least he's incredibly predictable. There's probably one gen left, and pain reses aren't great. If one gen even, I don't know. I'd see if I could just like click on that door next to that gen instead of having to go into here and just mark it. That's where I want to go. I think that would be much preferable. Well, you're not... It's actually my first choice for who I would want, given that your pain res is up. And you don't have... Oh, that's a long window. Is that like a Macmillan wall window? What the hell? A little bit too far. I feel like that should have hit, but oh well. This is pretty awful for me. Yeah, it would have been a free M2. Did not even know that window was there. You have no idea how any of this connects together. Ugh! That gen is literally about to pop right next to me. And I really can't do anything about it. No, I have to leave. God, it is so difficult to tell how far it goes. That was terrible on every count. That was pretty obviously bad. This is a pretty meaningless one. Literally. Just gonna see them, yeah, at the gate. Damn, that should have been good. Where the hell is Nia? Oh well, I guess I just have to do the same thing again. And just sit with the axe. Yeah, there's Gerald. Oh my god, that takes so long. M1, 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 M1. If I hit her with the axe while into deep wound, does that embed in her? I wonder. Okay. Well, that'll be good enough, I guess. Zero Blood Warden value. Okay. There we go. I mean, that's pretty much the issue with Blood Warden. God, I just whatever. Just give me pop. Well, honestly, whatever. I'll just do it. Just pop eruption, whatever. Who cares? Doesn't matter. I keep finding myself kicking gens uselessly anyway. I may as well full commit to it. Full commit, actually. They buffed Cobb. Call of Brian on release was one of my favorite perks when it was 200% regression. I think it was before they buffed Eruption was when I was my favorite, because it was 200% regression when you don't have a bunch of gens stacking perks or gen kick perks that stack is a lot, like, it's pretty decent, plus honestly, whatever, all the way. I'll just use Call of Brine as my info perk. That's the idea here, is you have Call of Brine, pop, Pain Resurrection, whatever. If they don't touch it, then Call of Brine does its work. If they do touch it, then Call of Brine gives you info. It keeps going to endgame when I've had like 3 chases, and a lot of that is just being bad, but being bad with Springtrap, trying to get used to how he plays, but it is not really the most fun getting so much punishment. I feel like I'm just doing everything incorrectly with him. Which, I mean, it makes sense. It's my first time touching him. I keep going for orbitals and missing literally all of them. I'm always too far forward, which confuses me because I keep like adjusting further and further up, and I'm like, I swear I threw some of those straight directly up, and it still went too far forward. And I know if you shoot them straight up, they go straight down. Like you have the full, you can get every single range within your, from maximum to minimum. All of those are doable if you adjust properly with the height. So it's just, I don't know. It's just that I guess since I've never played Orbital Huntress, I have zero references on how to properly do Orbital Springtrap. It's just a completely new way of playing that I'm not used to in the slightest. Oh, that's weird. Even with the gamma, I guess since I'm used to normal, what's it called? Filters, I'm used to the icons being a little bit brighter. But I guess since I just use gamma, I wonder if that didn't really adjust the icons in the same way. Because the green around these feels so dark. This looks so much darker than what I'm used to. Which I don't know. It's probably something I'll have to fix between this stream and next. Because the gamma is a nice touch, but it is not as good as what I had before. Because now things are too bright, or things aren't really too dark. It's mostly just things being so bright that it's difficult for me to really properly see. It's the primary issue. This purple guy drawing is probably going to be my main trying to get add-on. Because the other ones, at least for right now, the other ones are good. I mean, honestly, they haven't really been doing much. Did purple guy drawing even fucking trigger last game? I don't think it did. I think straight up it just did not. Restoration. I feel like it should have happened more times than it did. And nobody had upped the record, so it's not like that was interfering with it. Strange. I would say that my biggest issue with him at the moment, in terms of like things that I would like them to change, is just a little bit of like quality of life on security doors. I wish that it was easier to tell which security door I was pointing at, and or make it so that I could pick a security door I want to go to before entering the door. That's how I wish. Those are like the two changes that I would personally like them to do. They probably won't, because at this point I mean, maybe they can make it slightly easier to see it, but I doubt that they'll make it so you can pick which door you go out of before you enter. Because that would be a sort of a fundamental change in his power rather than just a small aesthetic update. Which is unfortunate, but I don't know. I haven't seen anybody else complain about it on the PTB or anything, so it's probably just a me thing. But I keep feeling like I'm using his doors way too slowly. And that I could be doing it a lot better. I may as well have a thing for the Blood Warden. It's this one. I thought they were going to add more... Oh, that's right. I wanted to ditch Fazbear queues, go back to normal queues. I don't know. Probably keep what I had before. Which is Lethal, Blood Warden, Pain Res, and the other one. He definitely seems like kind of a Jinkek Andy kind of killer with the security doors. The more movement you have, the more Jin kicking is beneficial. Like if you play, a 110 killer, it's such a pain to run Jin kick perks, and you really only do it when they're so strong that it's just like insane not to. Because in the past, when you had Ruin or stronger pain res, you'd throw that on to Huntress or whatever, and you wouldn't have to think about Jins at all. But they're just not that good. They're just not good enough to carry you that far, so you kind of have to either run a weird halfway in between Jin kicking build or a kind of annoying, or just invest everything into chase and hope that your downs are basically instant. Going in between just doesn't really work, I feel. It's a very uncomfortable way to have to go through it. And they have been moving more and more towards movement abilities, because Dracula has Bat, Ghoul is a movement ability, the character, Springtrap has movement ability, Houndmaster has the Hound Sense movement ability, Vecna has Fly, Unknown has Teleport, Chucky doesn't have a movement ability. But he's like the only one out of the last the last 2 years? No, that's not right. There's 4 killers, so that's year and a quarter. Year and a half. All have had very notable movement abilities. And Chuggy doesn't. Then Xenomorph does. Singu kind of does. Not exactly. But then you get back to here and it's like Soul Merchant doesn't. Knight doesn't. Wesker kind of, but not amazingly. Dredge does. Sadako does. Artist? Not really. At all. Cenobite? No. Like, you can teleport to the box, but realistically, no. Nemesis? No. Trickster? No. Twins? No. Blight? Definitely. No, no, yes, yes. Yeah, I mean, it used to be somewhat rare for movement abilities to be a thing, and now it's just everybody. Because Wraith had a movement ability, but it's got detriments. Billy has the movement ability. It doesn't really have detriments. Nurse, debatably, but it's not the best. Like, it's an okay movement ability. It's something. But it's also a hindrance to others, so it's like, it's in between. And no, 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 yes, no, no, kind of, not really, no, no. Yeah, I mean, I think in the last, 2 years, there's been more movement ability killers than the rest of the game combined? Is that really correct? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. No, let's exclude Singu and Mastermind, because they're only kind of, sort of. So 7 versus 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's count Spirit. 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, so in the last 2 years, they've almost tied with the rest of the game's life for killers who have movement abilities, which is kind of crazy. I don't necessarily think that's a bad way to go, because I do think movement it's a lot of what takes mini killers down a number of pegs. Like Clown, the entire reason he's not great is because he doesn't have a movement ability, but it makes the rest of the cast feel worse when you don't have a movement ability, and every new killer gets added does, because it's like, why would you play the older characters when you could play the new ones that have either equally strong anti-loop or stronger and also a movement ability? Like, realistically, Springtrap should probably get hits faster than Clown does, and also his security doors. Even if the security doors are, like, relatively okay-ish, they're not super good, they're definitely something, which is more than Clown has. I keep feeling when I want to throw on agitation so I can bring myself to hooks faster or to security doors faster. Maybe I should do... You know what? What if I did a little bit more of a meme build? I guess it's kind of like a jump scare build. What I'm thinking, which is agitation barbecue, and then I throw on... Where's the undetectable? Yeah. Undetectable status lasts for a longer time. Is there any other good perks? So the idea here is you use agitation to walk towards a security door hook. Let's see. Maybe I'll throw something else. Alien Instinct, not so much. Awawa, not so much. What is there? I mean, Friends Till the End could be funny, I guess. It's a pretty good perk. Actually, that reminds me. Friends, what is it? It's Friends. I've seen a build that has Friends Till the End as its major contributor. The only one I've used on is Nemesis. Here it is. Nemesis with Friends Till the End DMS. It's not that good unless you're really good in chase, I guess. And since I'm not great at animatronic yet, at Spwingtwap, probably not the best idea to throw it on yet. Is there any other... Honestly, what's the point of Friends Till the End when I have barbecue? But nurses? Nah.
All will suffer.
Maybe just throw on deadlock, so I don't have to think about, gosh dang, pain res. This is probably good. Or, actually, it would be really funny to throw on Phantom Fear, and you're undetectable as you walk up to them, and they scream before they actually see you. That's so stupid, and is definitely detrimental. Like, using Phantom Fear in a build like that is definitely worse than nothing. Well, it's arguably worse than nothing. But that is a pretty funny idea. You know what? Fuck it. Whatever. It's a new killer. I'm gonna lose anyway because I'm bad with him. Why not? Why not put on the full T haha build? What else is there? There's undetectable status for 10 seconds. 10 seconds are such a short duration. I feel like it's not worth the effort. Eerie Fragment kind of gives away that I came out of a door. Gain Killer Instinct on survivors within 4 meters of security door. Feel the auras of security doors number. How do I... Oh, right. Security doors are connected to doors automatically. I wish there was a way to change them better. While the X is embedded, everybody's 20% faster. While the X area effects, breakable walls are faster. Nah, let's just do this. All of these other things feel like they take away from the idea. Let me go and throw this back on. I feel like it didn't really help me, but maybe that's... But I also felt like after I took it off, I've been having even more trouble, so who knows. Maybe it was helping me, but it was very slight in a way that my brain couldn't comprehend properly. Are normal queues worse than Fazbear queues? Did Fazbear get a special check to have fast queues? I wonder. I mean, they're both slow. Unfortunate state. Oh yeah, the stat tracker came out. That was I don't know if the stat tracker is quite right, because I feel like some of my times on there didn't make sense. Like, Spirit is really high up there for me, and I never play Spirit, like, at all, because I'm terrible with directional audio. So she's somebody I simply am not playing, but the stat tracker was like, oh yeah, you played her a whole bunch, and I'm just like, huh? And similarly, Dead Hard was a really high play rate or pick rate perk, but again, I don't use Dead Hard. I haven't ever used Dead Hard, even when it was really strong. I didn't use Dead Hard because I could not time it well. So even way back then, just I did not do it. So it's very strange for me to see that it is by far my most used survivor perk, which makes it makes no sense. Because I almost never used it before the nerf, and then after the nerf, I genuinely never used it. So it's very confusing to see it be so high up because it does not make sense to me. 4 medkits. Whatever. It don't matter. I'm not here to win. Here to do funny Spwingtwap things. I like the creaking that they did on the idle animations. I wish that that's just what they left on him instead of the screams. Because the creaking is so much more intimidating. The screams are like kinda goofy. I do hope they at some point add a scream toggle. So I can not hear him in the lobby and Oni in the lobby and oh my god, Ghoul. I don't even own Ghoul, but every time I open it up to look at him, I'm like, oh my god, shut up. He's genuinely the only character who I'm like, maybe it's worth buying a skin, because I do not want to have to deal with him. Rize's just so quiet. 2 over there. 3 over here. Got it. Squeam. Good idea. What? Oh, dramaturgy. I was gonna say, what the hell happened? Okay, it literally went straight up and down. Okay, it's interesting. Not great. I can just Bloodluster here. Really? She left the tile. That was smart of her. I want her to not get... I'm not using my build. Although, to be fair, Dead Dog isn't really a stealth map, so it's not like I could if I wanted to. It's so difficult. I went from landing it directly on top of myself to... Okay, we get it, you pre-drop. To, like, way too far away. Alright, that was relatively well done. Wasting all of my time going for axes and then getting absolutely negative value out of my power. Hate to see it. 0 people on barbecue, which is annoying. I moved like 2 inches. I think he saw me. Although she may not have. Aw, coward. Coward. Really? Not even close? Life, I see. It's a shame that if survivors just hold W, it's not quite... Oh, it takes forever. They get out of your axe range. I'm not even close. Yeah, I don't know. It's just kind of annoying. I don't have the ability to do jump scares on Dead Dog. And I can't even really bring him over to security doors.
Up you go.
Yep. And again, nobody on barbecue. Can I just... Yeah. I guess that's the thing you can do. I wonder if anti-camp triggers off of security doors. If you're just sitting in one next to Hook, surely it does. Right? Break this. Nope. That was... yeah. Incredibly... Just way behind her. What? No, thank you, Phantom Beer, or whatever. Well, that was on the right track. She was just too far away, so I would never be able to get there. And this is Dead Dog, so she went to 1/4 of the map, and I can't chase her anymore. It's a lot of time spent. He has life. He's gonna make it all the way to main, isn't... No, not quite. Really? Oh, he's not going to main at least. Oh, somebody's actually using the cameras. What a fool. I disagree. Maybe I shouldn't have broken this. Now he'll go to main. He's not on the strong side. This shouldn't be a fast vault. Okay. Well... That was something. Yeah. Well...
Wait there.
Let's just get rid of the axe, honestly. It's a hindrance. I finally see somebody on barbecue. It only took all game. I don't think it's going to be of any use, though. Yeah, the undetectable is not really going to matter. Because they'll see me. Really? Oh, the entire team is here. Nope. Not much to be done. And they reveal me. Oh well. Doesn't really matter. Yes, again. Nope. Yeah, I mean, it's a bit late for that. There's one person. Look, there's no security door on that side of the map where the healing person is, which is annoying. That's where I want to go. That's where I would get the most value. I was trying to ready up my axe, but I didn't have it. It just doesn't go anywhere. I cannot find the correct movement, the correct aiming to make that actually be useful. Every time I do it, it's negatively impactful. Okay, that was incredibly cool. There's... don't take it. Really? Really? I do something that cool and then I'm literally facing a wall too. That's so sad. I can't believe I got punished for doing something cool. No way, right? Nope. I don't think I make this. My timing is very bad right now, apparently. That was terrible. What the hell? It hit? God damn! I was in the middle of saying how I screwed up, and I freaking got it. I completely lost the person I was chasing. God damn. No. Where? Wait, what the? Just get rid of the axe, it's a pain. Let me be 115 again. I'm gonna have to chase her in Maine, no. It's going to take an eternity. She went the wrong side. Oh, I see why. Damn, shame. Damn. That's where I feel like I actually did some really cool things with my power. It's probably also my worst performing match. I mean, there's nothing to... What? What? Why? I think if you just ran straight into the exit gate, you would have made it. Okay.
Let's pull you apart.
I mean, I think those are the first two orbitals I've hit on actual people. On that one poor Meg. Okay. This build sucks. Maybe I'll just go all aura. Screw agitation, give me ghost faces. What's it called? Where is it? There it is, bottom right. I'm all ears. If I know exactly where they are, precisely perfectly, then Predator. Yeah, just Giga Aura. Everything Aura. Huh? Oh, Restaurant. I see. Killer Instinct, 4 meters of security. I think this is probably the best it's gonna get. Barbecue Predator. There's not really anything better than these, yeah. I guess Scourge Hook? Even then. Oh, wait, Thwack! They buffed Thwack. I'm a big Thwack lover. Zanshin's good. There are honestly quite a bit of good aura perks now. Zanshin, Thwack. I'm all ears is not amazing, but it's okay. Zanshin, Thwack, Barbecue, Lethal. Ultimate Weapon's not good right now. Predator is pretty decent on a lot of killers. Scourge Hook, Bloods of Rage. It's quite a bit. I think these are probably the best if I'm trying to get orbitals. Give me 2 extra seconds on everything, make my first chase happen quickly, give me something to so I can quickly get into chase after I get down, and then after they vault or after I thing. Probably going to be helpful. You know, it's weird. I don't feel like the preview actually helped me at all, but this is the only match that I got orbitals, so like, maybe it did. Maybe I just felt like it didn't, but it really did, even though my brain uh, could not feel the help it gave me. Maybe it just was secret, quiet help that I didn't understand. Yeah, I feel like Springtrap's going to be difficult to pick up killer. Ironically, a difficult to pick up killer-ish, kind of, sort of. Mainly due to the fact that his axe has 110 and the 115. I feel like a lot of new players that come in aren't going to realize that he goes faster after he drops the axe, because it doesn't say it in like really obvious terms on here. That's something I didn't understand when I first read the power. Because it doesn't say it. And trying his arm with the fire axe hitting, throw it, survivors, axe hits the survivor, roughing up and better them, leaving the fire vulnerable. Survivors can remove the axe before field. And then it talks about security doors for like an hour. It's like, shouldn't you state that he becomes faster when he's not holding the axe? I feel like that's a very important part of his power to know about, that I had no idea was a thing until somebody mentioned it. It's like, oh, that makes him like a lot better, because it means you can be 115 at loops where, I mean, it means you're 115 every time you screw up your axe throw. So whenever you are at a loop you don't feel comfortable trying to get a projectile hit on, you can just ditch it and then play 115. Security doors. That's the first time people have used the security cameras on me, and honestly I feel like it was exclusively detrimental to them, because it was just them wasting time to reveal me. Like that match felt like I had a lot more time than I should have, because I was not doing well, and I was getting it just felt like I had a lot of time, despite having. Did I even have slowdown? I think I put on deadlock maybe. I didn't really notice it if I did. But yeah, I don't know. Because I feel like the match should have ended probably a minute and a half before it did. And I think a big part of why it didn't was because somebody was on the security doors revealing me like 5 or 6 times. Which is a bit unfortunate. I think that's hard to address, really. Like, the reveal is really nice, but it's the time investment for it is... There's not really a great way to balance it. Because if you make it too fast for where it's worth it doing it to survivors, or for survivors doing it, or like it lasts so long, then Springtrap feels awful against players who do it, because you never get to do mind games or anything. But then if it... And plus it'll make orbitals harder, because survivors will see where you're aiming it. But then if you make it so it's so weak, then it's just like, why is it even there? Honestly, I think they purposely made it weak, that way new players will see it and you're like, oh my god, FNAF, you can look through the doors. But they didn't want it to actually hurt people who wanted to play Springtrap. So it doesn't feel awful when you're revealed, because it's not like it's bad for survivors to do. So survivors that are new won't understand that and be like, oh my god, FNAF reference. And then killers that are new aren't like, oh my god, why are these survivors impossible to catch? It's like they know where I am at all times. And same, I suppose, with veteran killers. And then veteran survivors like, we just ignore that. That's my personal feeling on it at the moment. I think it's probably the best that they did it that way. I feel like survivors don't really remove the axe from them. It's weird. I'm not certain if it's worthwhile to not remove the axe, because there are times where it's kind of bad for you to do that. Obviously it's purple guy, but I think there's also the haste add-ons that help the survivor. It's a bit strange. Removing the axes, it's because it's so rare that you actually care about doing that. So having it done in the middle of chase is like, eh. Because it only really matters is if you have somebody trying to get a flashy save, since if they grab you from the axe, they're invulnerable to flashlights, or if you need to be healed. But if you need to be healed, then Springtrap's not chasing you, so who cares? And, I mean, if you're in a flashy save, then, like... Yeah, that is nice, but... I don't know. It feels so like minimal and niche, and the times when it matters most is going to be against coordinated survivors that don't really care about it. And it's like I don't care. Like it's not that big of a deal. It's like this is such a minor, the teeniest, tiniest of nitpicks. Because practically speaking, it's just a cool way for them to add jump scare. Like that's why they put the axe in, so you can get jump scares regularly instead of not so much at all. Because otherwise, the only jump scare would happen when survivors are using doors, which I think is more worthwhile than the cameras. It is kind of worthwhile to use the doors on occasion. Presuming you know the killer is doing something, is busy. You see the chasing icon on somebody. I think it can be worth it if you know that you've cleared all of the gens on one side of the map and you're right next to a door. It's probably worth it to go and cross to the opposite side of the map more often than the cameras. I don't think there are any other killers that give survivors a better map traversal ability, really, is there? Like, I guess Clown gives them Yellow Bottle. But there's honestly only a very small number of killers, if any, that give survivors more power than if they're not in a match. Because one of them's Springtrap. Clown with the Yellow Bottle, like I said before. Arguably Plague, since you can heal without needing a medkit or self-care, but not like most of the time it's negative, but in theory that is a bonus. It's just practically speaking, since so much everything else is worse for you, it's like not really a bonus. Arguably Executioner, since Executioner doesn't know where the tone of atonement is. Again, very debatable, but I mean we're also talking about Yellow Bottle Clown, so all of these are debatable. So Clown, Plague, XC, all of them have a benefit to going against them. It's just very debatable and very niche. I mean that may be it. I think everybody else. I mean I have to look, but it cut me off when I was at the last little bit. But I think everybody else doesn't have a benefit. Some of them add mechanics, but none of them are strictly to the benefit of the survivor. They're usually alternate options that are at the detriment of killer, which is not the same. Like, harming a killer through their power doesn't exactly feel the same. I guess you could arguably Xenomorph, because with Xenomorphs getting flame turreted, he slows down. So you could say in a way that's buffing survivor, because even if he's not in crawler mode, even if you're not breaking him out of crawler mode, he still gets slowed down, I'm pretty sure. So that's helpful. So it's like 5 killers? Although, stretching the definition. Oh, just a bit. But any way that either harms the killer more than another killer is, or helps survivors more than another survivor, I think is fair game for what I'm talking about. I wish I liked more of the outdoor maps. I guess I like Toba. Maybe I should start bringing Toba map offerings since they balanced maps. I think that's probably Midwich and Toba are the only ones that I really like, I think. Oh, I'm not gonna be able to do orbital things. But I suppose the 50% faster jump scare, or undetectable, whatever, will be, go to 3, will be more beneficial here. Nope. Okay, I think that's the gen that they were on. Oh. This James is laggy. There we go. Or should I uncap the thwack thingy? The limit to thwack stacks. Okay, different idea. I'm going to go to 4 and then come the long way. There's no real way for you to dodge that. I'm surprised that you had the braveness to not drop that. Really? Very surprised. I'm going to fake the pickup. Would have been cool. This is the most annoying shit. Oh well. Doesn't matter, he fucked up. I don't think anybody's front ways. Yeah, we're safe. Good, good, good. What? What was the idea there? Oh, I thought he would go for the vault. They're going for Tori. They go right or left? James went right. Well, I can body block him like that. You don't really make enough distance, methinks. Yeah. And now that I'm not going for orbitals, he feels a lot stronger. Now that I'm not doing the really funny thing, he feels a lot stronger, which is a bit saddening. I can't lie. Oh, that was never gonna make it. It was she's too far away. Looping around your hooked teammate. Run into me, run into me, run into me, run into me, run into me. Nope, she went for distance. Okay. I just want to go right up to 3. I'm honestly not totally certain if that's the one I went to. Oh, wait a minute. Okay, these people have no idea where I am. Oh, I haven't reclaimed my axe. I clicked right and it was like, huh? What? Oh, that was actually really close. He doesn't make it to the god window, but he makes it to this window. Okay. Well, now I understand better how this loop works. I've never had people run from that window to that pallet until literally today, so now I know. That's apparently a really strong thing. Ugh. I'm using these more for stealth than for traversal. Thank you, I'm all ears. You made this really easy for me. Barbecue? No barbecue value. RPD is a pretty bad place for barbecue, so I guess that makes sense. The gen that was on top of me is the closest. Ugh. The one up there is going to pop any second now. Yep. I'd rather not chase after Ace. Who's this? I think you have 0 hooks on you, or are you dead? Okay, I have to abandon him to stop this gen. Ace, you're dead on hook. You'll pre-drop this god pallet. How the actual fuck did I miss that? I hate that that doesn't actually work. It should work. I don't know why it doesn't. This is only 3 people. There's still 1 person over there. That was also quite close. I mean, I lose this to time. There's 4 survivors up at 1 gen. There's no realistic world where I actually win. If you don't have somebody dead by 2 gens, like, game's probably over. That gen will pop by the time I get him down. And I have no... zero things to stop them. They just all get out. I haven't... Okay. Apparently I haven't hooked him. It was James who I had gotten... The X does embed on endurance. Interesting. You're not the person who I want to chase. This is kind of the worst of all worlds. He's right in front of me. What the? Oh, God! The way the game showed people completely screwed me up. Yeah, that drops a lot faster than I think. I'm still not at all used to the arc. RPD is just kind of... I mean, it's weird. RPD doesn't let me do orbitals, and then I was performing so... Like, if I had any regression, I think I would have won that match, because I was performing so much better in that first half. It's just that the second half, since I didn't have regression, the game went too quickly for me to win. This purple guard drawing has literally done fucking nothing all game. See area effects. I mean, genuinely, is there anything else that could possibly help me? Yeah, honestly, just put this on. I think these 2 are just going to be the add-ons. I feel like Purple Guy drawing was better in my head than it has been in practice, which is disappointing. I'm trying to, like, because I want to look at the blue and lower add-ons for what is good. Doesn't really seem to be very undetectable. There's nothing noteworthy that I'm seeing. Wait. Huh. I thought that, okay, whatever. For some reason I thought I was using that one, not the purple driver. Was I actually using... Wow. I genuinely thought that I was using this add-on last time, but I think I was using the purple guy. Which just shows how bad, words are hard sometimes. It just shows how not good this add-on is, because I didn't even realize whether it was on or off. Teleport gain undetectable. Or... I mean, the teleport is the undetectable. It's already pretty decent. Like, it's 10 seconds or so. It's more than enough to sneak up on 90% of gens. But if I want to take the time to, like, go to a different door and then thwack, I feel like it's probably going to be these 3 add-ons that are worth using. Maybe streamers. 20% faster movement could be nice. It shaves off maybe a second. It takes like a solid 3 or 4 seconds to get out of the door. Maybe even a bit more. It's unfortunate because there's not really a good place to see the exact numbers on it right now. I wish behavior just gave us the exact numbers. But right now the wiki does not have the specifics up. So I keep wanting to look it up and be like, oh, which of these is the important one? It's just not happening. So they updated the friggin' Shrine of Secrets, and I find Still Sight. I never keep track of licensed survivor perks, because, like, I think the only survivors I've ever bought I bought them when they were on sale, except Rebecca, because I was like, oh my god, reassurance. That's so strong and cool. It wasn't worth it. But all of the survivors I've bought, it was when they're like half off. Because most of them I can just get their perks to their shrine eventually. So I didn't even know Still Sight was a thing, really, because I've never seen anybody use it. It's, like, really decent. Like, I don't understand why it's not... I get that it's 5 seconds. Maybe they should buff it to, like, 3 seconds or something. But, like, seeing killers, chests, and gens with essentially no other downside is quite good. So the fact that I have not seen it is very surprising to me. Obviously, the chest doesn't really matter, because chests are just not that great. But, like, you see every single generator and the killer. And I don't know. Like, it feels like it's only a little bit worse than Deja Vu. But Deja Vu feels... I guess that's the issue. Deja Vu feels like one of the best perks in the game. And... there's not that much reason to pick Still Sight over Deja Vu. Because you don't need to wait 5 seconds for Deja Vu to activate, plus the 6% speed bonus. Seeing the killer is pretty nice, but it's relatively niche, because the main killers that you care about seeing are going to be stealth killers, which you can't see. And I mean, that's pretty much that's pretty much it. As hags and trappers, it kind of screws them over. It probably doesn't activate on generators, surely. It says stand still. After not moving for 5 seconds. I'm guessing in being on a gen counts, because surely if you could see a killer at all times while you're on a gen, there's no way it wouldn't be one of the most picked perks. It would be way too strong if that was the case. So I'm guessing probably. That's why is the slight extra detriment to getting to it to activate isn't worth using it over Deja. But also Survivors just kind of underrate info perks in general. I feel like Deja Vu is probably the #1 perk I would say people should run in order to win, and then the #2 perk is Kindred. And then after that is, I don't know, whatever else. I mean, after you get those two, you really have everything that matters. Like, yeah, you could run Sprint Burst and destroy stealth killers, but the rest of the cast, especially the strongest killers with movement abilities, like the last 2 years, don't really care that much about Sprint Burst. Xeno kind of does, but like, it's not nearly as impactful. And Windows is good, especially in solo queue, but I don't think it's as valuable as Deja and Kindred. I'm glad the next licensed killer, so I'm pretty sure the next, or no, not licensed, the next killer will not be licensed, is what I meant. I'm glad that the next killer is not going to be licensed, because I have just been just having my Eerie Shards rot. I bought like 3 survivors because I just keep getting to like 40k, and I'm like, I have so many Eerie Shards. I don't need this many. Let me go ahead and buy a survivor and get rid of an adept, and then that's it. Like I don't, like that's what I'm putting my 9,000 shards to, is to get rid of an achievement. And I'm probably never going to 100% DVD just because I don't care about buying the survivors. Especially because I think at this point there are a couple of licensed survivors who I straight up have all of the perks for in the Shrine of Secrets. So there's literally like negative reason for me to get them. Like, even if they're on sale, I don't think it's worth it. I think I may make this next match the last one, cause hopefully queues are rough. Hopefully after they get rid of the Freddy Fazbear map event queue, things will be better. But as it stands, yeah, it's kinda a bit much. I'm not built for 10-minute queues. That's why I usually take a break from DVD whenever they throw 2v8 out. Which makes me really sad. I wish they just wouldn't put out 2v8 in such a state where 10-minute queues was a thing. But they're going to be fixing it next time, so next 2v8 won't be as bad at least. Although honestly, I wish they would just do less. I wish they only had like 1 event queue per year, and then whatever else they did was not so transformative that they needed to put it fundamentally into the game itself. This is annoying. I don't really want to chase the one that went to Shack. I think he ran into it. I'm pretty sure I would have missed that normally. Damn. I wanted to get the grab, but
Do you feel that?
they're slowing this down so I have 115 after I pick him up. Or hook him, rather.
You will see.
Well, this is the only one I see that has a person on it. Okay, they must not know, because there's no way they give me that. He wants this gen, yep. It doesn't matter, this is still a hit. Plus, I'm 115 now. I thought I might double fake him. Okay, there's Ghostface. That was pretty good. Throw him on that hook. It's probably as far away as I can get for barbecue. Yep. Nah, they're both leaving that security door. So by the time I get here, they're already gone. It's kind of annoying. Maybe I should check on Shaq? Nah. There we go. That's... should be Ash down, yeah. What the... Uh-oh. What kind of... okay. No bug. Well, visual bug, but no... no serious bug. He's walking around Shaq. I think I should... yep, see him walk into me. Ghostface is still on cooldown. Yeah, he's camping this. I mean, I just played a 110 M1 killer, didn't I? Didn't really need to do any axe things there. I mean, the way to go is obviously to go to that door next to him. Alright, I think I'm understanding the doors a little bit better. They're not exactly from map traversal. They are obviously from map traversal, but they're really kind of stupid. The fact that they can do... they can put you right next to somebody. Like, that is way strong. I feel like with the spawn rules of them, they're possibly better than even... Dredge. I'm gonna do a cheeky thing. I'm gonna throw that there, so if anybody leaves at the bottom, I'll know about it. Ah. Well. Whoa. What? Huh? He just... what? He just walked into the thing. He didn't... there was no sound or animation. He just walked straight into that. What? What? What did I just see? I'm so confused. Okay, they're way over there. Geralt is walking this way. So eventually he'll run into me. I need to get back my axe. I was like, where's my gut? Well, I mean, if you run into me, why would I waste the axe throw? I tried to flick onto him, it was too late. Nope, not that easy. These hooks are awfully far away. I'm not sure I make it. This may be... I think I have to drop him. I'll be honest. I think that hook is just too far away for me to get there in time. Okay. That was a really bad axe, but I was just kind of judging what the trajectory was more than actually trying to get the hit. I was just trying to look at what happens with the axe. Ah. Good direction. This is the first pallet I've encountered all game. That was right behind him, though. I predicted him just a little bit better. I think I make that. Oh, he faked it. That was good of him. Really? That was too low? I'm surprised.
Don't move.
Okay. Hello. It's better to chase them from this way. Because now he has to give me Shack Pallet or a slow vault. That's life. Good in theory. Not in practice. Good chase start, please. I'm doing too many thinky things. I should just be playing this stupid. The more I think, the more strength I give him. I've given him like 3 extra vaults on this because I tried to play it fancy. Or how many? Jesus, how many extra vaults did I give him? I think this will be a hit because I'm 115 now. No. Too far. It's weird. It both goes not as far as I think and further than I expect. It's a very weird dichotomy that I am going to need to get used to very slowly, I think. I mean, he's right next to 7. He did hide, though. Darn. Thought I would find him in one of those lockers since he hid. He went to a locker twice. If only there was a goddamn pallet. That's what I really need. Alright, double checking the bush, gotta be sure. I guess I'll kick my gens for my points. And I guess go back to Shack, probably. This is always where I check for hatch. It's not here. It's almost there though. Hello. It's been unfortunate when they're the last survivor, the grab. There we go, Mori.
What a pity.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like Springtrap's going to be a killer that's really good to main, but picking him up and dropping him like I usually do with killers is I'm not so certain because the arc is so weird. I feel like the muscle memory is going to be really hard to develop and really easy to lose. But yeah, I think I'm going to go ahead and end stream here. So thank you for watching, and I hope to see you next time.